There have been some leaks that have recently come out regarding the final scenes of Episode 8. They do have a lot of spoilers in them, so I will give you a spoiler alert. Also, I am doing a script for this video, as it really seemed to save time on my last theory video, so yeah, let's get started. So here's the rundown of the leak. Luke and Rey are training on Octu when Kylo and his Knights of Ren arrive on the shoreline. Now there's probably some dialogue that takes place before the duel, as there normally is in a Star Wars duel, but I'll get to that later. So basically Kylo sends his Knights of Ren at Luke while he deals with Rey. Now this duel between Kylo and Rey, I'm really hoping that, this rematch is a lot better than the duel in Episode 7, and a lot more coordinated like the duels in the prequels. It is then said that Kylo defeats Rey as she is nowhere to be seen. My personal theory is that Kylo cuts off her arm, just like what happened to Anakin and Luke. I think it is also important that Kylo does win this duel to show that he is a capable fighter and can defeat Rey. Meanwhile, the Knights of Ren are fighting Luke, or rather trying to fight Luke, as it is said that he kills them pretty easily. Apparently, the Knights of Ren come after Luke with, kind of axes, different types of weapons. It is actually noted that it's not actually lightsabers. They do not carry lightsabers, which supports the theory that they are not force sensitive. But apparently Luke force pushes one to his death, then takes out his green lightsaber, and absolutely slaughters the rest. So obviously these Knights of Ren are not going to be much of a competition for Luke Skywalker. Now this is where the leak ends, as Kylo is supposed to run away from Luke, seeing that he has killed all his men. There are rumors that this is where the duel ends, but there's also rumors that I personally believe that say the duel will continue at Pinewood Studios in the UK, where they've built a, set to replicate the one in Ireland. If this is true, Luke will probably chase after Kylo, and where he will duel his former apprentice in the main part of the duel, which I also hope is a lot more like the duels in the prequels than the duel in Episode 7. Now, I did say I would talk about the dialogue before the duel, so that here's what I think will happen. The dialogue between Kylo and Luke will be very reminiscent of the dialogue between Yoda and Dooku in Episode 2, as that is one of the duels that this one will mirror. I would love it if the dialogue was word for word. That would be very cool, with Kylo even sending Force Lightning at Luke, and I do hope that Snoke will teach Kylo, Force Lightning in this movie, only for Luke to catch it in his palms, saying he still has much to learn. I would also love to see them reenact when Dooku tries to throw things at Yoda with the Force, with Yoda blocking the attacks every time. After this dialogue mirroring Attack of the Clones is over, I think Kylo will start talking to Rey, where he taunts her saying the Force is with you, but you are not a Jedi yet, just like how Vader taunted Luke in Empire Strikes Back. Rey will then run at Kylo just like how Anakin ran at Dooku, with Luke yelling at her to stop just like how Obi-Wan yelled at Anakin to stop. But instead of Kylo sending Force Lightning at her and pushing her back, he will engage her with his crossguard lightsaber, triggering the start of the duel. I think Kylo will tell his men to attack Luke at the very beginning of this duel with Rey, possibly right after their lightsabers clash for the first time. Now, it's possible, it is also possible that there will be some dialogue between Luke and Kylo before they engage in the second half of the duel, after Rey has had her arm cut off and the Knights of Ren have been killed. But if there is dialogue there at that point, it probably won't last as long as the dialogue prior to the duel, and will probably be very short, if there even is dialogue at all. However, I am 100% sure that there will be no dialogue between Luke and the Knights of Ren, just in case you were wondering. So that was my rundown of the leaks about the duels in Episode 8. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment if you want. There will be more content coming up soon, and I will see you all next time.